Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Colchester Legion Stadium for tonight's Nova Scotia Under-16 AAA Hockey League matchup between the visiting Eastern Dukes out of Prince Edward Island and the hometown Fundy Thunder. Noah Poirier with you on the call, courtesy of High Button Sports. Thanks for tuning in. Thunder coming to this one after a tough 8-2 loss last night against the Basin Armada. Armada now jumping into first place in the league over these Eastern Dukes with that win last night. Dukes come in 25-2. Thunder 8-15-3. They're at 8th place in the league. Well, the Dukes sit 1 point behind the Basin Armada, currently in second in the league standings. Dukes possession off the opening draw, back to the point. Nick Liu, wearing number 22, will knife it back in. The affiliate player is sent up and off the boards by the Thunder. Here's Bowring. He'll gain the line, send it in deep as the Thunder begin to chase in on starting goaltender Callum DeWolf, wearing number 25. He'll get the nod in goal for the Thunder. At the other end, it will be Mason McCausland, and the dynamite all season long for the Dukes. He'll get the nod for the visitors here tonight. Parker able to knife it out. Here's Jackson McIver. Had a goal in last night's game against Armada. Picked off here by Ty Murnahan. Murnahan will work it up ice himself, has some speed, drives wide, will dump it down deep and give chase. To the line, not out. Aylward sends it back down, and the Dukes will give chase into that near side corner. Hit behind the net. Moore bumps his man as it's pinned in that aforementioned corner. Langell down there for the Dukes. He's able to fish it out momentarily. Rink-wide pass by Godkin, sent to the corner. Picked up behind the net. D-to-D pass. Cooper Singer will flip it up and out of harm's way out to center as the Thunder try to get a quick change in. Here's Murnahan. Send it the length of the ice, but that'll be an icing call against the Dukes. Dukes here in Nova Scotia for a lone game where they're set to go back to PEI and take on the rival Western Rebels. Another PEI-based team. That's set for a 2:30 start on that holiday family day Monday. Dukes pull it free. Aylward trying to find it. Thunder pushing on him. It's knocked free, and Thunder able to force the turnover behind the net. Here's Gavin Moore. Cycles it back down low. Warwick will give chase. Got caught on the referee, and it's sent behind that. Murnahan will try to work his way out front. He got checked, but Aylward's able to get it out. He gets the best of his man. It's cleared down the ice. Here's Hayden Reed. Here to collect behind the goal. He'll shove it ahead. Or Atkinson takes a hard bump from Aylward. Thunder able to clear. Hartman, assistant captain for the Dukes. He'll pass it off from Murnahan up the middle for Campbell Dunn. Campbell Dunn, the hero, back in the East Coast Ice Jam. The tournament winning goal in overtime against the Martello Buccaneers. It's been a big piece of this offense for the Dukes this season. Here's Trent Ulov, a big piece of Fundy's offense, their captain. He's able to push through a couple checks. It's picked up by Colin McCormick. Rink-wide pass off the stick of Sam Dunn. Sent back ahead momentarily by the Thunder. The battle away. Parker will go D-to-D for Simon Pitts. Pitts, long pass ahead, was looking for Rennie. Good step up at the line by Quinn McDonald. He'll step in. Shot was blocked. That's across. Rennie has a step down the right wing. Has Cochran with him. Rennie pass across to Cochran. Good stick by number 16, Cash Fisher, able to get down and block that off. Faceoff will come to the left of McCausland. Toss up off the draw, flipped out, knocked down by Gavin White, sent back in, but the Thunder will have to tag up. Green goes D-to-D for McDonald. McDonald back for Green. Green will knife it up the boards. Chipped ahead. Singer runs over his man as he stepped up and got a good piece of Jackson Gardner. Gardner stays with it. He's able to get it into the Fundy end. Tipped ahead by Tatry. AP, and they're going to call an icing on the play. No, McCausland was out to challenge. That'll come to center. Officials are going to talk it over, but I'd say it's likely coming back to center. And it will. Official Travis Davis makes a change signal if the Thunder wanted to change. Picked up, turned over, now back the other way. Shot comes in, gets saved by Callum DeWolf. Quincy McClellan able to force a turnover as the defender caught an edge. Good chance for McClellan, but DeWolf flashes the glove here as the faceoff will come to his right. Laba behind the net, will rim it all the way around. Gardner there to meet. They battle behind the net, pulled free by Ulov. He's watched hard by McClellan, and he'll cut to the middle. McClellan with some room in. Shot just missed wide on the glove side of DeWolf. McClellan, a couple grade A opportunities here so far. Their shift, big hit there. So McIver leaned into Green. Long pass ahead. That was McClellan again, but he's stripped of the puck. Cogger 2-on-1 back the other way over to Ulov, but tipped away by Green. Behind the net, Cogger. Steps out, shot off the post. Picked up McClellan, excuse me. Sent it back the other way. Gardner, he's at the end of his shift. He'll bat it in. He'll give one last rush as he runs Parker into the wall. McIver gets it to the line, kept in by Lou. McIver up the wall. English couldn't hold that in. Comes all the way back out to center. Here's Nick Lou. Will flip it in cross corner as he takes a bump from Cogger. Pitts. Behind the net, almost lost it. Parker was able to help him and get it out to center ice. Bowring. Head hopped over a stick of Godkin, and it's back the other way. Good stick from Lou. Right on the stick of Warwick. He dropped it off. Moore wasn't there, and Arsenault will flip it out to center. Parker picks it up, overskated it. Back the other way. Fisher into the middle. Stays with it. Fisher drops it behind him. It's cycled down low by Arsenault. Godkin behind the net. Takes a couple bumps, but gets the better of Parker. Godkin behind the net. Back to Bowring at the point. He'll walk the line. Just feather it back down low. Hits the end wall. Popped out to the left of DeWolf. But Parker taking a beating this shift. He's able to get it up ahead. Here's Atkinson. Get over center. He'll dump it in and give chase. Pass in the middle looking for Atkinson. That hopped on him. Arsenault will flip it ahead. Godkin. And over center, he'll flip it way up in the air, just to the left of DeWolf. White will rim it around the wall. Warwick. His stick breaks, and now back the other way. Good chance for Langell. White will send it behind that. Singer. Long outlet pass, looking for Rennie. Good stick by Colin McCormick, the Duke's captain, one of the league's leading scorers. Langell through the middle was looking for McCormick. McCormick 3 points away from tying Josh Hallett's Nova Scotia U16 record for the most points by a single player in league history. Hallett's finished his career with 84. McCormick currently at 81 with a couple games left to go. Langell in front. McCormick is looking to release that shot. Comes back to point. Allward shot blocked by Singer. Comes out. Langell centers it. Puck still there. Hopped on Hartman. Comes back to point. Shot comes in through traffic. That missed high and wide. And spinning and firing was Langell. That caught the outside of the post. And Duke starting to buzz here in the offensive zone. Comes back to point. Murnahan faked the shot. Hand off to Hartman. Hartman down low. Takes a hard bump from White. Rimmed around. Allward's there. He'll send one towards the goal off the helmet of DeWolf. And the hits keep flying. Murnahan into the middle for Allward. Poked away. Now back the other way. Here's Jude Cochran. 2-on-0. Back the other way if they hurry. Cochran in on the left side off the bar. Jude Cochran fires one off the crossbar. And back and forth we go. We still await the game's first marker. Chances at both ends of the ice this past shift. Shots all even at 2. As Gagnon in to take this draw. Sent back. They battle for it on that near side. Poked ahead by Sam Dunn, but it's chopped right back in by the Thunder. Green. So watch out, has a pair of Thundy forecheckers on him. as they battle for it. In the near side corner, chopped out. Good stick from Reed. He was able to keep it in momentarily. Now here back the other way is English. English drops it off. Campbell Dunn, his shot save made by DeWolf as he punches it outside with a blocker. Here's Sam Dunn. Back the other way, chipped out. Second chance, Tatchery sends it ahead. Baird will give chase. He'll beat out the icing. McCausland reads it, comes out to play it. Chipped ahead by McDonald at his skate. Pitts will collect in his own end, pass it off to Max Parker. Long pass through the middle, taken by Tatchery. He just deflects it in and will peel off on a change as Quinn McDonald back to collect in his own end, being watched over closely by Uloth. Now it is turned over. McIver tried to drop it back for Uloth, couldn't find it. Now Green will poke it out himself, the Duke's defenseman, and over center. He'll dump it in deep. DeWolf tried to slow it up behind the goal. Parker skated out. Ice for the Thunder. Here's Max Parker. He'll try to go end-to-end. Lou able to break that up. Now Bowring will come out with it, but turns it over. Uloth has a man with him. Trent Uloth passes it off. Cogger to take it on his backhand, shoots and scores! Jacob Cogger breaks the ice. Nearly 9 minutes into this first period, had to take it on his backhand, but no problem. Cogger finishes it off in front of McCausland, slides up to the 5-hole and gives the Thunder first blood here tonight at the stadium. Uloth had a lot of room to shoot. On that blocker side, he instead tried to pass it over in front. Cogger just a little too far behind it to kind of one-time it through there, but he was able to take it on his backhand, settle it quickly. Put the backhand through the 5-hole of Mason McCausland. Uloth will get one of the assists. He'll get the only assist as Murnahan skate it back out. Dukes come the other way. Quincy McLennan in his shot. Missed the net. Allward will step in for the point. Doubled up by DeWolf. Faceoff will stay inside the zone. Toss up off the draw. Thunder get it. Try to chip it ahead. Glove down momentarily by Godkin. Comes back to the point. Good hold by Aylward. Chipped out by Fundy. McLennan covering. He'll skate it up himself. He'll chip it in to the home side zone. Atkinson will try to knife it ahead. He's being watched over by Gardiner. Dukes will be forced to tag out, comes out, but stepping up was Godkin. He'll come down the left side. Godkin in, shot save made by DeWolf off the shoulder and up into the glass. There's Godkin again. He'll knife it up the wall. Gardiner back to the point. Aylward turned over and back the other way. Here's Cochran. One-on-one with Murnahan. Nice move. Jude Cochran's put it too far ahead of him. Stays with it. Tries to backhand it through. Didn't get on goal. Cogger will whine and fire. That missed high and wide. Slaba will have to retreat into his own end to collect. Reed. Fan on the pass. Stays with it. He's pinned to the wall by Gardiner. Back the other way. McDonald. Back, or else the Thunder would have hit an odd man rush back the other way. Reed will kick it ahead. Picked up and settled by McCormick. He'll go rink wide to Murnahan. Pass through the middle. Arsenault trying to take a step, but just offside as he was trying to get ahead of the defenseman. Face-off will come back just outside the Duke zone. Jacob Cogger with the lone goal here as we now pass the halfway mark here in period number 1. Face-off won by the Thunder. Parker gains the line. Will dump it in to the far side. McDonald takes a peek behind him. Will collect. Pass it off for Green. Too far for him. The Thunder aggressive on the forecheck here. Chipped ahead. Arsenault gets it out to center. Picked up by Maddox Rennie, the Thunder leading scorer. He'll pass it off. Pitts will send it in deep. Causland out of his net to slow it down. Hopped on him. The Thunder are there. Rennie trying to toe drag his way through. He's stripped by McCormick. McCormick will take a peek up ice. Has some open ice to skate with. He'll pass it ahead. Fisher Tripped up on the play. 3 bodies go down. It's caught under Fisher in that far side corner. Pitts will pull it free. He has the puck now, has some room to skate with it. Simon Pitts weaves through the middle. Stays with it. Pitts will work end to end, take a pick behind him. Shoot off his back foot. That's easily steered away by McCausland. Now back the other way. Lou, rink wide. Arsenault down the right side, weaves into the middle. Arsenault stays with it. It's being hacked and whacked. They shoot and score. What a goal. Oh, Cash Fisher finishes off a beautiful play from Arsenault. So he was able to weave outside in on the Fundy defenseman and passed it off to a streaking Fisher. Had nothing but net to work with as he ripped that one into the back of the cage. The Dukes tie it back up here with 8 minutes even to go in period number 1. Blue. The AP will dump it in cross corner. Singer first on it, being watched by Hartman. Hartman runs him into the end wall. Hartman overskated it. As they battle for it down low, flipped away. Singer. Send it up ahead. Here's Baird trying to work his way past Lou. Wyatt Baird stays with it. Lou able to angle him off. Didn't let him get much of a shot away. Label fired from the line. McCausland cover that up. Kyver comes around the wall, popped out, hopped over the stick. Ulof will give chase, won't have enough on it for icing. Murnahan tried to angle him off. Ulof in! So he tried to beat his man wide. Some excellent work from the Thunder captain. So they send it back down deep. McCausland will slow it down behind the net. Murnahan trying to spin behind the net, but Ulof stays with him. One touched into the middle. Pass ahead. You can see it coming. Developing there. Landrell wanted it. Delayed offside. It'll be called here. Face off just outside the Fundy zone. Duke's trying to press. They win the draw. Murnahan. And over the red. He'll throw it in deep. Pitts takes a look behind him. Up the wall. Atkinson will leave it there. Moore will flip it out. Murnahan will be first on it as Warwick shadows over him. Passed off. Turned over. Atkinson just offside on the play. So he wasn't able to hold the line. Bit of a dust up after the whistle, but nothing coming of it. Under 6.5 to go in this one. Passed ahead, but turned over. Moore able to stay with it. That's flipped up ahead. Singer. Pushes ahead Moore. Aylward trying to stay on him. Moore will drop the shoulder. Aylward stays with him and chops it to the corner. He'll flip it to the line. Singer will pinch in and hold it. Rim back down low. Murnahan working over Gavin Moore in front. They're still getting mixed up, and Moore gets dumped behind the net. We're going to see what comes of this early on. Aylward's going to go. Murnahan's going to go. That's a deep pair down for Dukes, and Moore looks like he's going to go as well. Fundy's going to get the power play. .5:57 to go here. Cogger over to get the explanation, as is Aiden Green, assistant captains. Looks like it's going to be offsetting penalties for Murnahan and Moore, and then Aylward came in with a late cross check. Nothing up on the board yet. Cogger goes to relay the info to the bench. 4 minutes up on the board for Murnahan. That's the only penalty up on the board. Looks like a 4-minute power play here for the Thunder. Cochran. Rink wide, Rennie. Back to Ulof. Ulof down low, Cochran. This power play was working last weekend against the Cape Breton Jets. See what they can do against the second-ranked team in the league. Rennie gets the feed from Singer. Down low, he's being watched by Green. Cochran. Cochran over Singer. Has some room. Shoots. Save made by McCausland. Just under 30 seconds gone in the 4-minute double minor. This power play can really work it around. So you'll see Singer pinching off that left point. Cochran manning that right point. Ulof will work up high. Singer gets it here. Cochran backdoor, passes it off just a little too far for Jude. He'll go back to the point to Ulof covering. Rennie, one of the trigger mans on that left flank, sends it towards the front of the net. Couldn't get a deflection. Cochran, down low, cross ice, Rennie shoots, didn't get a lot on it. Thunder stay with it, Cochran. Spins off a check, pass it over, Rennie, one-timer, scores! This power play. Cochran feeds across ice, and Rennie, right where he can rip it, puts the one-timer through the blocker side of Mason McCausland and gives the Thunder the lead back. With 4:49 to go. It's in the first 2 minutes, so still 2 minutes of power play time for the Thunder. McDonald off the draw, he'll send it down deep. The Wolf out of his net to pick it up. We'll leave it for Parker. So he'll set up here for the Thunder. Max Parker. Skated out, pass it off to McIver. Tried to go skate the stick, but he evaded it. Now he'll give chase as he jockeys Lou for position. McIver. Being hassled, he'll cycle it down low, looking for Warwick. Big man will park himself in front of the net. Once they get set up, Warwick. Pulled free Atkinson. Back to the point. And that comes off again. .119 left to go in the power play. Cochran and Ulof with the helpers on that power play goal from Rennie. Parker pass it off. Pitts. Back to Parker. Has to watch out, a bit more aggressive. And up towards the D are the Duke's penalty goes into the slot. Atkinson winds and fires. That was deflected wide. Chipped ahead. Now picked up. And sent ahead. Flipped ahead by Arsenault. He'll give chase on Parker. Arsenault working with it down low. 3 Thunder converge on him. Godkin will peel back as it's pulled free by McIver. Under a minute left in the power play. McIver, rink wide pass. Atkinson will slow it down. Here's Pitts. Pitts into the middle, pass it off. McIver weaves to the middle. McIver slows up as Thunder try to get their top unit back on the ice. He's buried in the corner, but is able to get the pass back. Singer will walk the line, switch positions. Just rim it all the way down low. Up the wall, hopped over the stick of Ulof. Godkin's going to give chase. He's at the tail end of his shift, still able to force a turnover. Godkin stays with it, will lose it. Penalty just about set to expire. Long pass ahead. McCausland came out to play it again, but once again an early whistle. Back to 5 aside now. Rennie, long pass ahead, was looking for Cochran. That was deflected wide. Green will send it ahead Hartman. So we're back to 5 aside. Cochran working his way in. Cochran stays with it. Tried to toe drag and pass it off. It's turned over to Lou. Hartman, peel back, pass it off for Lou. Lou back to the middle to Hartman as he gains speed through the middle. Hartman tried to drop it off for Fisher. Missed him. Fisher, the lone goal scorer for the Dukes. Pass across. Tatry will drive wide on Green. Tatry has a step. Shoots. Just missed on the glove side of McCausland. Fisher will send it back out to center. McCormick. Puck hopped on him, but he bumps Tatry and stays with it. McCormick in. Tried to send it to the middle for Fisher. Knocked away. Picked back up by Hartman. Under 2 to play. Rimmed around. Bowring will pinch it off the point. Shovel it down to McCormick. He gets to the middle. McCormick shoots. Glove save made by DeWolf. With a $1:46 left to go here in this first period. Thunder leading 2-1, excuse me. Shots 8-7 in favor of the Dukes. That last shot from McCormick. The face-off will come down to the left of Callum DeWolf. Goes in the corner off the draw. Arsenault able to rope muscle Parker and stay with it. As they battle down low. Pitt's able to pull it. He's off wing, sends it ahead to McIver. McIver off the boards, but doesn't get it out. Donald will walk the line. Send it down low. Erker first on it. Chip it up ahead. McIver through the middle was looking for Ulov. Ulov was looking to leave it and let it go through him, but it caught the back edge of his skate. Sent right back in. The Dukes looking to push for the end of this first period. Puck comes out, sent back to the corner by Fundy. Pet's battling for it. Arsenault back to point. Bowring will send it off his back foot, looking for the tip. His English was coming from the corner to the front of the net. It's flipped out by Fundy. Picked up from McDonald. Takes a bump, and he's able to get it deep as we come to the last minute of play in period number 1. Pitts is bumped, but he gets it to Parker. Long pass ahead to Jackson McIver. McIver works in. Tried to toe drag past Bowring. Stays with it. Wines fires. Just put it wide. In transition, Langell is trying to pull it free. The Cogger lifts his stick. He's able to break it up. As Langell will send it out. Chipped ahead by English. And then Langell will do the rest of the work. Send it down low. Arsenault first on it. We'll rim it back around to that far side. Warwick will just flip it up and out. Lou knocks it down, sends it ahead momentarily. Moore battling for it. He'll spin and fire it into the Duke's end. 10 seconds left in the period. Lou turned it over. Sent back by Atkinson. Good look. Pass. Warwick bumped into his man. Back the other way. One more chance. In over the line. Save made by DeWolf as the period comes to a close. It's some rough stuff at the end of the period between Warwick and Campbell Dunn. Shots 9-7 in favor of the Dukes in that first period, but Thunder lead 2-1. We're back here about 10:15 for the second period of play after one period here at the Colchester Legion Stadium. Fundy Thunder lead the Eastern Dukes 2-1. Welcome back, ready to go here for period number 2 in this evening's Nova Scotia Under 16 AAA Hockey League matchup between the Eastern Dukes and Fundy Thunder. The Thunder up 2-1 after a period of play. Cogger will throw that in deep. He opened the scoring here tonight in this one. Flipped back, out, hit a stanchion, and Cogger is able to pick it up. Cogger down the right side, shot. Save made by McCausland. McCausland tried to steer it to the corner with his stick, but it got caught under, and he was forced to cover up. McIver was in hard, crashing the goal. Face-off will come to the right of McCausland. Gambledon shot. Save made by DeWolf. Another shot in on goal. That stop made as well by Callum DeWolf. Couple of early chances here. Both ends of the ice. Just 30 seconds gone. Face off to come to the left of DeWolf. One back by the Thunder. They've been doing the dot so far on this one. Nearly turned over, but hopped over the stick of McCormick. Pass in the middle. Warwick tried to dump it in. He'll just run his way through everybody. Dunn runs into Moore and then knocks him down. Moore taking a couple cross checks down low. Warwick back to the point. Singer sends one towards the goal. That was blocked. In the corner, Atkinson. Cycle it down low. Nobody there, but McCormick will pick it up. Pass to the middle. Campbell done. Chip and pass. They'll have to give chase. That'll be an icing call against the Dukes. They'll be unable to change as Sam Dunn will step out onto the ice. Campbell Dunn will try to head over to the bench momentarily, but will make his way back. Campbell Dunn wearing number 14, spelled D-U-N-N-E. Sam Dunn, just the D-U-N-N. Cochran to the middle, takes a look, but he's stripped by Sam Dunn. Reed blew a tire, but a great recovery. So he got his stick out. Sent down the ice. McCormick will beat it out. McCormick brings it out front, wraparound attempt. DeWolf makes a save. Rebound still there, cleared away by Cochran as he's back to support. Now a dust up in front of the net. We're going to get offsetting minors here to Brennan Reed and Colin McCormick. Say got tied up by the Thunder goal. Face-off will come outside. Rennie will line up against Godkin. Godkin wins that cleanly back. DDD pass. Green will receive it. He'll dump it in deep. Took an odd bounce off the end wall. Goes right to the corner. Cycled down low by the Dukes. McLennan couldn't find his man as Ulof read it. Cochran will delay and send it off for Ulof. Gain the line. He'll send it in on goal. McCausland will be forced to cover up as Ulof streaking towards the net. Nearly 2 minutes gone here in the second period. Handful of whistles already did delay the pace a bit. Ulof will line up against Godkin. Wins that cleanly back. Did the Thunder captain. Lou behind the net. It's turned over. Cochran tried to send it back. Went right through Pitts and Parker. All the way back beyond DeWolf's goal. Roughing calls against McCormick and Reed. Pinching it off the point. Wraparound attempt. Puck still there. Boeing, they jam away at it. DeWolf stays to his post and will smother it. Good play by Jackson Bowering, stepping up off that point, activated, hold the line, and took it down low for the quick wraparound attempt, forced DeWolf to go post to post. Ended up in a decent scoring chance for the Dukes. Offensive zone draw, won by English. Back to point, Lou. D pass over Bowering. That shot deflected by Lands a rebound. What a save. McCallum to Wolf. Incredible stop. Off of Mason English. He was wide open in the hash marks. And DeWolf able to lunge across and make the save. Duke's back the other way. English. Shovel it down low. Gagnon took a bump from his man. Sent back to point. Lou walks the line. His shot was blocked. It's kicked ahead. Gagnon couldn't find it on his feet. Lou will step up and force a turnover. Here's Hartman. Drives wide. Singer angles him into the wall. And he's stripped. And over the line was Tatry. The AP, he'll just get over the line, send one towards the net, and peel off on a change. McCausland will steer that to the corner, and Hartman will send it ahead. Picked off by the Thunder, tipped in front of the bench. It's Green trying to find it, as is Uloth. It's pushed in to the Duke's end. Tipped by McDonald, pass through the middle. English tried to deflect it, but it's sent right back in by Fundy. McDonald pass it off. Green. Back to McDonald. He'll swat it out of midair. Spring training about to get started. Kept in momentarily by McIver. Second chance. Comes out. Long pass the other way. Langell. Say he got a stick on it. It's Parker jockeys for position. He wins the battle. He'll reverse it behind the net to Reed. Sent all the way back. That'll be an icing call against Fundy is, that was Laba mixed up with McCormick of the net. He's the one who just came out of the box, not Brendan Reed. My apologies. Either way, we're back to all hands on deck now as the face-off comes into the end of the Thunder. Godkin stepped out of the dot. Fisher in to take the draw. Lost that. It's rimmed around. Picked up by Arsenal, overskated at Parker, trying to field it ahead. Kept in by the Dukes. Parker back to collect. Reed will take a peek. He'll get there first. Pass ahead. McIver tips it out to center. And McDonald will send it right back in off a skate. Right back beyond the red line. McDonald feathers it through. Here's Godkin. He'll drive wide, win the race. Owen Godkin stays with it. Cycled down low. Fisher angled off into the boards as they continue to battle in this near side corner. Fundy just trying to will it ahead. Murnahan sends one towards the goal. That missed. Aylward pinches in. Off the point, sends one towards the net. Reed's there to find it. He'll send it ahead. Warwick through the middle. Picked off by Fisher. Turned back over. Fisher can play to hold the line. Stays with it. Tried to knife it ahead to Godkin. Sharp angle shot. Saved by DeWolf. Under unable to clear. Aylward shot through traffic. That's steered into the end wall. Right back to Wolf. The ref thought he gloved it. Nearly did. Official blows it down. Under 5 minutes gone. Just over 5 minutes gone. Here in period number 2. Duke's pressing for the equalizer. Cormac snaps that draw cleanly back to Aylward. Down low. Campbell done. Into the middle. That deflected off a skate. Under DeWolf. He'll close the wickets. Campbell done. It's like on the centering pass. McCormick and Sam done both in front, but it hit a skate. And the Fundy defender, I believe it was Singer in front. Pinballed right back and under the pads of DeWolf. White up the wall. Warwick slowed it down, but Murnahan will keep it in. Campbell done back to Murnahan at the point. Has some room. Shot from the point. Caught a piece of DeWolf and lets it wide. Down low. That's sent on goal by Aylward from a sharp angle. DeWolf will smother that as well. Duke's now doubling up in shots, 20-10 in their favor. Aylward will keep it in as he dumps it cross corner. It's him done. Working down low, watched by Pitts. Back up top, Aylward. Another shot, that's deflected wide of the goal. Parker. Up the wall, big hit in the corner. Rennie took a stick up high. It's McCormick, got his stick up high on Rennie, caught him under the cage. After some immense pressure by the Dukes, Thunder will get another chance on the power play. It converted once on the 4-minute they had. Face-off will come to the left of McCausland. Rennie to take it on his strong side, and he'll win it cleanly back. Ulof. Cochran. Back up top, Ulof. Weaves in, has some room in the middle, hands it off for Cochran. Trying to spread the Dukes penalty killers out a bit. Singer. Rink wide, looking for Ulof. Cochran will pinch in. Sent back. Sent to the line. Ulof holds it in. Down low, Cochran. Cochran in. Shot! Saved by McCausland. Rebounds there. Another save by McCausland. They try to jam it in. Puck's there by the goal line. Cleared away by the Dukes. Two big stops by McCausland and a big clearance off of blue paint. Fundy's power play still clicking. Pass ahead. Rennie. Pass it off. Dropped. The Singer. Good entry. Singer has it. Slow it down. He'll rim it all the way around to Cochran. Now just a minute left in the power play. Rink wide pass off a skate. The Singer was pinching it off his point position. Both teams will get some quick changes in. Ulof back to collect. He'll leave it for Parker as the second unit comes on for the Thunder. Parker. Skated ahead. He's being watched by McLennan. Parker. Pass off. Rennie has some room. Tried to snap it off quick, but it hopped on him, but he still can get it down low. Aylward will step ahead. Aylward will just pin it to the corner and try to kill some clock. He's being worked over by Moore. 18 seconds left in the penalty. Great work from Aylward down low. Murnahan spins off a check and he'll send it down the ice. That should pretty much do it for the Fundy power play. A couple great looks net front. Mason McCausland coming up big. Parker. One last breakout, back to even strength. That breakout pass hit a skate. Laba. Stop up. Has some room to work with it. That's deflected by a member of the Dukes, so no icing on the play. Aylward will take a peek behind him. That caught the official right in the back. Travis Davis wore that one. Pretty good. Hartman will skate it out. Cuts to the middle. Hartman trying to jump into it. He's hooked up. Penalty coming on the play. Laba will head to the box, and the Dukes will get a power play here. Back to the point, Murnahan. Shot through traffic, deflected by Hartman, pinched out. Ulof back the other way, has some speed, short-handed. Stops up, passes it to the middle, is looking for Cogger. It's broken up, and Fisher will retreat behind his goal. That's Ed Murnahan. Through the middle to Hartman. Hartman. Back to Murnahan. Turn feed Hartman. Duke's looking to get set up here. Langell sends one towards the net. DeWolf covering his post. Sent to the point, but not out. This time Murnahan. Pass it back. Fisher shot low towards the net. Arsenault providing the screen in front. Ulof will slow down. We'll send it down the ice. So we hit the minute mark of the penalty to Laba. Cogger. Turnover behind the net. He'll step over for Cogger. Wrap around attack. Puck still there. Just missed on the short side. There's Campbell done. They'll skate it out. Duke's changing up power play personnels. Campbell will set up behind the net, pass it off. Gets the return feed from English. Campbell down low. McCormick. Sent to the middle, was looking for Sam Dunn, pinching in off the point. Thunder unable to clear. Moore battling hard. He'll spin it out of harm's way and down the ice with 25 seconds left in the penalty to Laba. Atkinson on a forecheck. Causem will pass off for Campbell. Dunn ahead to McDonald. Donald gains the line. He'll rim it around. Back to English, who grabs it. English back to McCormick. Settles it down. Whistled it wide on the glove side. And Moore flips it to the line. Good hold by McCormick. Second chance. Moore is able to get it ahead. We're back to 5 aside. 3 on, 1 back the other way. Here's Gavin Moore. Curls and shoots. Just missed. High glove. Back the other way. McCormick ahead. Singer will push it through. It's a delayed offside. Will be called down here. 9:12 left to go here in the second period. Thunder still with a 2-1 lead. A big kill there from the home side. Faceoff will come just outside. Fundy line. Cochran passes it over. Pass ahead. Picked off by Lou. He's using that long reach to AP. Listed as a 2011 born. That's the case. Still in under 15. It's a big check behind the net. Singer got sent to his feet, but he'll step right back up in the play. Spellring gets a return feed. He'll send it behind the net for Lou. Head. Kept in by the Thunder. Rimmed down low by White. All the way around to the far side corner. Singer will pinch in. Absorbs a check, and now a 2-on-1 back the other way. Godkin on the right side. Shoots. Good block by Gavin White as he wears that out. Lays out to wear that one. Lou fan on the shot. Tries to get another one. Still has it. That catches Gardner. He'll cycle it down low. Godkin trying to wrap it around. Couldn't. White will send it up the end wall. Wide pass. Cochran takes the feed from Rennie. 3-on-2 back the other way. Cochran back to Rennie. Rennie, he loves to shoot. He will. Save made by McCausland. Just over 8 to play here in this second period. Gagnon in to take the draw against Colin McCormick. Dukes win it. Murnahan. Dump it in. He'll give chase to the defenseman. Net guard. Goes flying. He's going to be forced to go to the bench. Battle for it on that far side. It's Langell down there, as well as Hartman. Patcher and Parker for Thunder as they try to work their way in. McCormick, nice one-touch move. He strips his man. Sent right back in. Skated out momentarily by Baird. Patcher, nice spin off a check. Takes a bump for Langell. And he'll wear that one and give him a cross check in the ribs for measure. Patry still stays with it. Sends it from a sharp angle. And McCausland will glove it down. Cover up. Some excellent work there from Patry, the AP. Offensive zone draw here for Fundy. Patry, a call up from U18-18. Arsenault sends it to the line, but not out. Kept in by Reed. Thunder will get it back down low. McDonald sends it ahead. Off the glass and out. Laba couldn't knock that down, but Reed's there to stay with it. Comes back out to center. Cochran will give chase. Jude Cochran by himself will circle back, wait for some support. Try to hand it off to the middle. Now English turns it over. McIver. Switch of speeds. Cochran Down low to support. Kyver back down low. Cochran. Try to send it up to the point. Arsenault's there. He'll chip him by his man. A 2-on-1 back the other way. Arsenault. There's Fisher with him. Arsenault in off the right side. Shot. Missed high and wide. But Wolf might have caught a piece of it with a shoulder. Now back the other way. McIver. Lost it. Singer will step up. Cogger there to support. He'll throw it back down low. McIver. Sends it out front. Nobody there except Moore. He fanned on the shot. It's both defensemen follow McIver behind the net. Oren. Drive wide. Moore and Singer both stay with him. Referee needs to get out of there. He almost got barreled over. Comes to the near side. Warwick absorbs a check. Try to pass it ahead. Campbell Dunn will send it back in deep, but right on the tape of Singer. Pass it off. Here's Warwick. He'll dump it in towards the goal. Patted aside by McCausland. Blue behind the net. Bowering. Takes a bump. Nearly turned it over, but McCormick there. He'll pick it up. Sends it ahead. Caught in the feet. Campbell Dunn stays with it, but Max Parker does as well. Sent it backwards, though. Dunn. Down low to Sam. Sam Dunn absorbs the check. He battles down low, trying to center it. Sent to the point. Aylward. Cuts back to the middle, looks for a lane. Finds it, but missed it wide. Work. Flips it up and out to center. Here's Aylward. One pass ahead. That's deflected by Sam Dunn. Deep into the Fundy end. Under 5 to play here in the second period. Pitts ahead. He's able to get it to Atkinson. Atkinson, rink wide. Warwick will skate into it. He'll do the rest of the work, get it down deep as Fundy changes up all 5. Aylward. Long pass ahead, but Sam Dunn well offside. That'll come all the way back down into the Duke zone as the pass came from inside. Face off to the right of McCausland. Thunder win it. Cochran trying to stay with it. Strips his man. Good play by Cochran. Sends it down low. Uloff looking at the side of the net. Rennie got dumped. Picked up by McLennan. Gains the red. He'll dump it in deep. And give chase. Will hit off the end wall right back to DeWolf. He'll take no chances and cover up. Just under 4 minutes to play here in the second period. Dukes will make a quick change to bring on McDonald and Green as the defense pair. Godkin in to take the draw. Rennie wins it. Laba behind the net. Had it knocked away from him, then underducks his man. Laba had Rennie. Long pass for Cochran. Green stays with him. He'll pick it up for the Dukes. Drives wide. Laba. Absorbs a bump from his man. Sends it up the wall. Takes his man down. It's going to be a penalty against Laba, and Godkin is going to come back. It's going to be Laba going off for head contact. Duke's back to the power play late here with a chance to tie. They're all up on the visiting bench. Campbell Dunn in to take the draw against Cogger. Dukes win the draw. McDonald. Pass it off. Campbell Dunn. Cormack trying to pinch him from the back door. Behind the net, here's English. English leaves it for McCormick. McCormick passes it off. Campbell Dunn. Shot off his back foot. That's blocked by Singer. McDonald walks the line. Will dish it off for Dunn. Overskated it, but stays with it. He'll be pressured by Singer. And to force it down low for English. Here's Sam Dunn. Back to McCormick. McCormick. Over. Low shot from Campbell Dunn. That hit the skate of Singer. Chopped to the blue, but not out. McCormick. Pass it off English. It's being watched by Gagnon. English settles it down. Shoots. Save made by DeWolf. English gets the puck back. Almost a minute gone on the penalty. Donald walked the line, tried to shoot through traffic. That missed. Sent down the ice by the Thunder. Good clear from White. Picked up by Singer. Second chance, it gets fired out. Campbell Dunn will pick it up, retreats into his own end. Looks ahead, here's Murnahan. Pass off English. So look to set up here, 38 seconds left the penalty. English, to McCormick, settles it down. Shot, shoulder, save made by DeWolf and steered up and into the netting. 34 seconds left in the penalty to Laba. Just over 2 to play here in this period. Hartman in to take the offensive zone draw against Moore. Moore wins it back. Parker jockeys for position. Pops out Hartman. We'll find it for the Dukes. Down low. Langell cuts out shot. The Wolf stays tight to his post and is able to keep it out. Langell will try it again. Try to go upstairs. That was blocked. Warwick will send it down the ice. Clock wasn't running there for a good 15-20 seconds. Murnahan will skid it up ice. Murnahan in the middle for Langell. I have 1:35 on my clock. 1:59 on the clock. Murnahan cuts to the middle, looking for some room. Backdoor pass, looking for Langell. Couldn't find him. And Langell has some room, cuts to the middle. Shoot, scores! Nash, Langell, right as the power play expired. .117 on my clock. It's 1:42 on the rink clock here, so that clock wasn't going for a good 25 seconds nearly. But it's Nash. Langell who finishes it off. Don't think it'll go down as a power play goal. He's able to cut to the middle. The Wolf didn't see it at all. Langell ties this one up late in the second period. Lou ahead. Pass across. Here's McLennan. Down, weaves his way in. McLennan stays with it. Shoots. Good save by DeWolf. Puck comes free. McLennan tries to spin and send one towards the net. Duke's starting to buzz here. Back the other way. Tatry will dump it in. We'll give chase. Lou. Battle down low with Baird. Here's Tatry. Sends it out front. Puck's there. McCausland got a piece of it with a pad. And it's flipped out to center. White overskated. Now McLennan shoots. That's blocked by Singer as he got a piece of it with a stick. It's a bend but don't break last minute here for the Thunder. Hold free, Gardner. Settles it down, sends one towards the goal. That missed wide. Tatry. Flip it ahead and out to center. Baird. One touch it through his legs to Singer and over the line. Cooper Singer shot. Missed wide as the Thunder get changes more fresh off the bench. Lou will pass it off. Here's Bowring. And over the line, cuts wide. Trying to find the shooting lane. Missed high and wide. Back the other way. Tatry pokes it ahead. Good play by Aylward to stay with it. Warwick follows it up. Get it in deep under 30 seconds to go in the period. Godkin. Warwick just keeps going. Stays with it. Brandon Warwick pass it off. Atkinson settles it down. Shoots. Coslin caught a piece of it with a shoulder, but it was going wide either way. Warwick down low, takes a bump. He'll try to kick it free. Does to Gardner. To the line. Kept in. Parker. Shot. That's deflected through the crease. Just missed. Comes in front. They score! Brandon Warwick with 2 seconds left in the period. The Thunder have the lead back. An absolute shift from Brandon Warwick as he was working it down low. Head down, barrel his way through everybody before sending it back to point. The shot came in, went through the crease, and it was popped back out front. Warwick was able to put it home as he went to the front of the net. The second period will come to the end. The Thunder retake the lead off a goal from Brandon Warwick with just 2 seconds left in the period. So a late tally from Nash. Langell tied it up. But an excellent bounce back shift by the Thunder and a goal for Brandon Warwick Has the Thunder ahead 3-2 over the Dukes. After 2 periods of play, we will step aside for the intermission. We're back here after the break. Score after 2 periods here at the stadium. The Fundy Thunder lead the U16 Dukes by a score of 3-2. Welcome back for the third period of play. Thunder leading the Dukes 3-2 after no goal scoring. For the bulk of that second period, it was a late goal from Nash Langell tying it up for the Eastern Dukes before Brandon Warwick converted with 2 seconds left on the clock to give the Thunder the lead back. Shots 28-19 in favor of the Dukes. Mason McCausland with 16 stops between the pipes for the visitors. Callum DeWolf with 26 for the home side as we get set. Fourth and third period of play. Gavin Moore lines up. Across from Mason English in this final frame is underway here on High Button Sports. Green bumps his man, sent ahead. Chipped ahead by Pitts. Murnahan will pick it up and retreat into his own end. Circles back, sends it up the wall. Pitts able to keep it in. Down low, Warwick lost an edge. So they'll stay with it down low. Puck to the corner. Shovel down low, trying to find Warwick. Someone's glove went flying. It was Atkinson's. Here's Arsenault for the Dukes. Flipped ahead for Fisher. Arsenault will stay with it. He'll knife it ahead as he and Pitts jockey for position down low. Pitts will flip it out. Second chance effort from Cochran. Sends it to center. Sent right back in by the Dukes. The Wolf will leave it behind the net. English pinching up, forces a turnover. He'll send it down low. Picked up by Ulof. Behind the net. He'll send it ahead for Cochran. Cochran pass through the middle to Maddox Rennie. Onside. Rennie stays with it on the backhand. Good back check by Lou. Didn't allow Rennie to get much of a shot away. Now the net comes off. In behind McCausland. Atkinson's glove finally makes its way back to the bench. Face-off will come to the left of McCausland. So Landsman repositions that net. So it was an issue earlier on in the game. Came off a couple times. So they're going to take a quick peek at it. As mentioned, Fundy coming off the tough loss last night to the Basin Armada. This is the Dukes' first game of the weekend. They'll be back over on the island to play against their rival Western Rebels from PEI. It'll be a Monday matinee on Family Day. Off the draw, Hartman gets it, trying to knife it ahead, stays with it. Here is Hartman. And over the line, absorbs a check, and stays with it as he rushes down low. Blake Hartman, back to the point. Bowering shot, that's punched away by DeWolf and up and into the mesh. Face off to the left of DeWolf. Gagnon will line up across from Godkin. Godkin ties up Gagnon as they try to out-muscle one another. Sent ahead. Now Wyatt Baird has a step. Baird, Bowering, hard giving chase. Baird's shot. That was deflected by Bowering, who sprawled out. On the net, Gagnon. Battles for it down low. Tatry there as well. It's pulled free by Godkin. Flip it up and over the head of Reed. Parker first on it. He'll go off the glass and out. Tatry trying to bat it down. Dukes were in the midst of D changes. It's flipped ahead by Aylward. Parker up the wall, turns it over. Working in pass across Godkin. Puck skipped on him, caught a piece of the skate as well. Aylward will drop it and go D to D for Quinn McDonald. He'll rim it around. DeWolf will slow it up behind the goal. Reed. Up the wall, Baird. Trying to go off the glass and out to hit a Duke body. Hold for Gagnon. Shovel it ahead, looking for Tatry. That was picked off by McDonald. Now here is Campbell Dunn. Dunn trying to center it. Nobody there in a dark jersey. It's caught behind the net. Campbell Dunn pulls it free, sends it back to McDonald at the point. Shot blocked by Baird. Baird unable to get it out. Dunn has some room. Shot saved by DeWolf. Baird. Send it ahead. Won't be icing. That'll allow Fundy to get changes. McDonald, long stretch pass ahead. That's deflected by Dunn, but right on the stick of Baird, who stays with it. Sam Dunn overskates it, so he'll be forced to tag up. D-to-D pass, Singer. Sends it up the wall, nobody there, but Ulof's going to beat it out. Centers it in front off the skate of McDonald. Is Cogger. Lift McDonald's stick and try to stay with it down low. Pulled free. McIver settles it down. Shoot! Saved by McCausland as he squares it up. McIver with a great chance in front of the goal. It's the Thunder trying to extend that lead to 2. And the Thunder bench, you can hear them right below me. They are all up, banging their sticks. They know how big this would be for them. Sitting at 8th place in the league right now. Trying to continue to separate themselves from the 9th place Cape Breton Jets, who they defeated last week. O-ring. Knifes it ahead. Gardner will give chase. Singer boxes him out. Take it ahead. He'll go off the glass and out. Murnahan ahead. Dukes will give chase. Singer on it. He's hit by Gardner, but he's still able to make the pass. Here's Cogger. In over the line. He'll dump it in cross corner. McIver gives chase as the rest of his line peel off on changes. McIver to the corner. It's a bump from Murnahan. Behind the net, Murnahan gets it, and he'll just have to stop it up. Atkinson throws it down low. Murnahan pull it to his forehand. Skating out himself. He's being watched over by McIver. He'll pass it ahead to McLennan. Gains center. That goes in on goal. DeWolf will square it up. Catch it on the crest. Offensive zone draw here for the Dukes with just over 15 minutes left to go here in regulation. Off the draw. Battle for it down low. Pulled free by Godkin. He's being watched over by White. Flip to the line, but not out. Lou keeps it in. Looks for some space. Sends one towards the goal. That was deflected by Godkin. DeWolf makes a stop. Sent ahead by Parker. Comes over the blue line. Lou will spin back. He'll throw it in cross corners. Arsenault will give chase. Parker trying to find it ahead. Atkinson comes to the line to Green for the Dukes. He'll rim it back down low. Warwick battles for position. Godkin there to support Lou. D-to-D pass. Green with some room. Sends it wide of the goal. Comes out. Sharp angle shot. Comes back out. Green's shot. That's blocked by Parker. No. Godkin sends it ahead. Warwick couldn't clear. Sent to the corner. Godkin. Cycle it down low. Gets a return feed, but lost it in his skates. Green. Lou. Pass it back. Green. Low shot on goal. That's steered to the corner by DeWolf. Dukes continuing to press. Godkin trying to cycle it down low. Moore up the wall. Green keeps it in. Parker shoves it ahead. White will get down. He'll send that off the glass. Hops over the stick of Lou. Atkinson will give chase to try to give his line mates a chance to tag up and get off. Here's Fisher. Fisher in. Shot saved by Callum DeWolf as he's dumped along the wall. 31 stops now for Callum DeWolf. Under 14 minutes to play. McCormick tried to win it forward. Gets caught in a couple skates. Comes out to the neutral zone. Spinning and firing was McDonald, but Langell hadn't got over the blue line yet, so it'll be an offside call against the Dukes. Face off won by the PEI squad. Aylward will throw it in deep. Dukes will give chase. So they look to smother the Thunder here and get this game-tying goal. Back to the point, just kept in by McDonald. Here's McCormick. McCormick, pass out front, hits a couple bodies. He'll spin and send one towards the goal. Picked up Rennie. Pass through the middle, that missed everybody. Icing waved off either way. Aylward will skate it ahead. Aylward, long pass ahead. Langell has a goal here in this contest. Langell sends it towards the middle as McDonald was streaking in. Rennie will flip it ahead. Cochran will give chase. Dude, Cochran has a break. Cochran and shoots. Just missed on the glove side. As McCausland didn't elect to come out and challenge, he just stayed square to the shooter and stayed with that puck. Didn't want to get caught in no man's land, and now back the other way. Hartman drives wide. Good defensive play by Singer. Bowen sends one towards the net. Well wide. Langell gets it. Sharp angle shot. That missed. Cochran will chip it out of the zone. Tipped by Bowen, so no icing on the play. Moynihan over skates, so he'll have to collect. Tatry in hard on the forecheck. Sam Dunn through the middle to English. English stops up, tried to send it towards the middle. Puck's there, shot by Sam Dunn. DeWolf makes the stop. Here's Ulov. Back the other way, Parker. 11, not 91, excuse me. Baird just able to stay onside. Parker sent it towards the net on his back foot. Gagnon streaked in. Couldn't get a stick on it. Baird cycled all the way down. Tatry sends one. Rink wide. Picked up first by Campbell Dunn. Back ahead. Here's Sam Dunn. Dunn trying to go inside out. Stays with it. Sam Dunn into the forehand. Shoots. Scores! Sam Dunn ties it. He's just able to squeak it past the outstretched pad of DeWolf, and the Dukes have tied it with 11:44 to go. Excellent stretch pass there from the Dukes, and Sam Dunn was just able to catch Parker, who was at the end of his shift. Was able to burn him and then outweight DeWolf, who's been solid here in this hockey game. Here's Laba. Gains the line, send it in. Bell ring. Head, looking for Campbell Dunn. Chipped back out by the Thunder. Here's Moynihan. Pass it ahead. English. Through the seam for Sam Dunn. Dunn. Cross ice pass, looking for English. Picked up by Cogger. Campbell Dunn with that excellent stretch feed. Kyver, pass across, didn't get a lot on it. Moynihan ran into his own man, but stays with it. Comes out to center. Cogger will send it right back in. Ballring chips it out. Sam Dunn turns it right back over. Ulov drives wide. Ulov poked away by Moynihan. Good defensive stick from the Dukes. Campbell Dunn will flip it ahead beyond the goal line. DeWolf will cover up. Under 11 to play here in this hockey game. Sam Dunn has tied this one up at 3. Face-off will come to the right of DeWolf. Moore in to take it against Godkin. Gardner angled off by Moore. Moore taken down. Right back up to his feet as they battle in that far side corner. Moore pass it off. Singer will just flip it off his back foot. Warwick will give chase. Lou first on it. D pass to Green. Green off the wall. He got bumped. It hit the stanchion. Thunder able to dump it back in. Moore bump screen. He's tangled up and it's pulled free by Godkin. Godkin skated out himself. Has some room. Gains the line. Leaves it for McLennan. McLennan. Lou sends one towards the goal. Pad save made by DeWolf. White. That hits the stanchion, takes a favorable bounce out to center. Thunder will try to get a couple quick changes in as McLennan will pick it up. He's bumped by Atkinson, but he gets it deep. Singer. Off the glass and out. Giving chase was Rennie. Rennie has a sharp angle shot. Save made by McCausland. As Rennie catches the tire deep here. Gets a shot away from a sharp angle. An offensive zone draw here for the Thunder. The Thunder 10 to play. Ulov into the dot against McCormick, the two captains. McCormick wins that cleanly back. Aylward. Flip it up and out. Batted down by Pitts. Has to look behind him, but sends it ahead. Cochran one touches it to the middle. Ulov sends it in deep. He'll give chase as McCausland well out of his net. He'll go back. Ulov in hard on the forecheck. Connor Arsenault. Pass it ahead for McCormick. Poked away. It'll be a delayed offside. Cochran. Passes it off. Parker trying to go through the middle. He's stripped. Here's McCormick. Shoot! Save. Made by DeWolf. Puck. Hopping. Shot from Fisher. Save made by DeWolf. Tried to find it to cover it up, but it's cleared away. Back to the right point. Aylward. His shot. That's blocked. Donald down low. Fisher. Trying to cycle it. Pitt stays right with him, as does Rennie. Rennie to the middle. Alex Rennie, he's being chased by McCormick. Tried to send it to the seam. It was picked off by McDonald. And back the other way is Fisher. Caught Pitts up high. Cochran stays with it. Gagnon will throw it down deep. He peels off the bench. Rennie battles with McDonald. McDonald able to pull it loose. Hands off for Arsenault. Arsenault. That's chopped down by Tatry and sent back into the end. Dukes back the other way. McDonald in the zone. Sends it towards the middle as McCormick was crashing. McCormick into the middle. Reed lost his stick. Sends one on net. Langell did. It's pulled free. Tatry drives wide. Has Hartman on him. Hartman runs him down. Murnahan skated up ice. Tatry with a good hack. In comes Murnahan. Whistle that wide. Tatry. He's bumped by Murnahan. Battle down low. Sent cross ice. Singer won't step up. It's poked away by Uloth. Bowring. Send it ahead. Singer. Circles back. Sends it towards Fundy bench. Cogger will leave it for Uloth. Uloth sends it well wide of the goal as the Thunder finish up changes. White down low, picked up by Murnahan. Bowring. To the line, Singer keeps it in off his back foot. That was deflected by Uloth. Missed the mark, and Murnahan. Spin back, he'll kick it to himself and then try to reverse, but Uloth's there. Down low, McIver. Oh, Parker has some room, but the net once again comes off. This net's starting to become a problem. Linesman will head to get the Gatorade bottle, it looks like. Only a couple games remaining in the season. As mentioned, the Dukes will take on the Rebels. And then they will head to play Moncton and the St. John Vitoes next week, and then they'll finish off their season March 8th against the Moncton Thunderbirds. So just a couple more games for the Dukes. The Thunder still have a handful of games as well, as they take on the Dukes tonight, of course, and then next Friday we'll host the Rebels. Saturday they'll host the Valley Wildcats, and then game against the Martello Buccaneers. Final home game March 6th against the Moncton Thunderbirds, and they'll head to West Hants to take on the Dartmouth Voyageurs on March 7th to close out their regular season. So net has been figured out, it looks like. And the face-off will come to the right of McCausland. All the way down the ice. Pitts just beat out the icing. It's close. .6:48 to go here in regulation. We are all tied up at 3. Ulof wins that cleanly back. Parker sends one through traffic. McCausland finds it, makes the glove save. Fundy's 22nd shot of the game. Ulof once again lines up against Godkin. It seems like these two have been the main guys on for an important draw. Duke's able to send that back out to center. Parker tried to send it right back in. Caught McIver up high. Godkin will pass it off for Sam Dunn. Campbell Dunn has it. Good support by Parker as he's able to swat it away. Kept in by the Dukes. 1-3, Campbell Dunn has some room. Into the middle, shoots, save made, rebounds there. Sam Dunn, waits to Wolf and scores. Sam Dunn virtually the same way he scored to tie this game up. Just able to wait to Wolf, and with a little speck of room on that club side, put it through. Except this time he just crashed the net. It wasn't a breakaway. Dukes have their first lead of the game. 6:14 to go. Lou up the wall. Labo will step into one. That was steered away by McCausland. Atkinson, sharp angle shot. Caught up in the gear of Warwick. Warwick sends it behind the net. Up the wall. Labo ran over by his own man. Warwick in the middle. Moore. His shot didn't make its way on net. Green up ahead. Godkin and Campbell Dunn with the assist on Sam Dunn's second of the period. Atkinson to Moore. Moore trying to work his way in. Had his stick lifted by Lou. Labo will step in. Good recovery. Picked up Sam Dunn. Sends it ahead. Here's Campbell. Campbell Dunn drops it back. Godkin. Save made by DeWolf. 5:20 left to go in this contest. Dukes get their first lead of the game. Now 43 shots. Comes behind that. Gardner tied up with his man. Cochran will send it ahead. Kept in. Good deflection in front by Gardner. Just missed on the glove side. Singer will send it ahead looking for Rennie. McCormick holds it in. Throws it back down deep. White behind the net. Singer. Flip it way up and out as they go for the flip play. Cochran finds it. Dude, Cochran in. Good stick from Aylward. He'll pick it up. As Cochran will pin him to the wall. Pulled free by McCormick. They'll try the same play, but Singer able to bat that down. Fast pitch coming in handy there for Cooper Singer, able to flag that one out of the air. Parker ahead. Ulof will give chase, as does McDonald. Icing is called. Face-off will come back down into the Fundy zone. Under 4.5 to play. Ulof. Line up against English. He wins it back. Parker behind the net. Ulof. Pick it up. He'll flip it out to center. Aylward. Glove that down. Arsenault is there to back up his defenseman. He'll skate it out. Connor Arsenault. Curl and drag. Punched aside by DeWolf and up and out of play. 44th shot of the game for the Eastern Dukes. Thunder will have to get aggressive here and start trying to push for that tying goal. Can't play on their heels. Warwick is passed too far. Picked up by Bowring. Bowring flips it up and out to center. Pass ahead, tipped in. Bowring's there. He's met by Moore. Atkinson will try to shovel it down low. Bowring, great play to stay with it. Let's send it ahead. Looking for Fisher. He's over-skated. Dumped in deep by the Dukes. Fisher first on it. Reed. Try to meet him there. Reed up the wall. Atkinson will give chase. Bowring pinches in. He's able to hold it. Sent ahead. Warwick. Chase after Hartman. Hartman knifes it over to Murnahan. Murnahan ahead for English. English, nice move, works his way in. English, kept to the outside, tried to wrap it around. You lost there to support. You lost. Go off the glass and out. Icing waved off. Fundy with a change. Under 2 to play here in this third period. Murnahan. Langell tried to find Hartman. That'll miss the mark. Singer will beat that out with 2:50 even to go. Thunder will get an offensive zone draw here. Thunder looking to play spoiler here because Dukes are behind the Armada now with game in hand after the Armada's win here last night. Dukes are looking to move back into first. It's nearly turned over, and now Langell will send it ahead. Dukes with a win here would move back into first place for the time being. Langell hard on the forecheck. Great work, forces a turnover. McIver pass it. Singer flips it ahead. McIver will give chase. Picked up, though, by Godkin. Send it in front of the Fundy bench. Singer. D-to-D pass. White. Try to pass into the middle. Was slowed down and picked up by Hartman. He'll get it in deep. Singer. Takes a bump from Hartman. Tries to stay with this Cooper. Singer. Turned over to Langell. Langell in front for Hartman. Singer ties him up. Singer. Send it out. Murnahan first on it, turned it right over. Moore from a sharp angle save made by McCausland. Sent to the line. Parker shot off his back foot. That was deflected by McIver. McCausland made the save. 1:45 to play. Parker. Pass it off. Pitts. Send it down low. Cogger. Back to the point. Parker. Down low. McIver. Pass it off for Pitts. Goalie coming to the bench. Down low, turned over. Godkin runs into McIver, pulled out by Hartman. He overskated it. Unable to clear. Sent back. Warwick off the bench. Parker. Skate in. Max Parker. In. Shot. Wide of the goal. Warwick will pick it up. 6-on-5. He'll spin. Send one towards. That missed. Atkinson. Off his back foot. That caught Moore up high. Baird into the middle for Atkinson. Shoots. Missed wide. Puck comes out in front. Cleared away. Pitts. Down low, Baird. That's the middle. Try to center it. Warwick. Screen in front. Bowring will send it. That hits a stick. So we come to the last minute. Pulled ahead. Godkin gets the line. Godkin sends one towards the goal. Caught Pitts. Pitts is tired, though. Down low, Pitts. Moves it around. Baird. Absorbs a check. Godkin. Some great forechecking down low. Holds free. Rennie. Fresh body, Maddox Rennie. Pass it ahead, Cochran. They'll send one in on goal. Save made by McCausland. He'll cover up. 21 seconds even to go in this hockey game. Timeout called by the Thunder. See if we can sneak in here. Assistant coach Ben Frazier covering up the board pretty well. It's a drop a play here. 21 seconds left to go in this hockey game. Duke's just taking the first lead of the game. Around 6 minutes left. It was Sam Dunn. He's got both goals in this period to give the Dukes the 4-3 lead. DeWolf will stay on the bench. Shots 44-25 in favor of the visiting Dukes. Six on 5 for the last 21 seconds of this game. Huge face-off coming up here. I can guess it's going to be Trent Ulov. He's been firing in the dot all night. He'll take the draw against Sam Dunn. One cleanly back. Singer. To Rennie. Rennie being charged by Dunn. They'll try to center it. Rennie's there. Cogger leaves it for Rennie. Rennie tried to pass it out. Cochran has it. Cochran sends one towards the net. Deflected. Puck's there. Green will rim it around. Too far for Singer. 2 seconds left. That'll do it. And the Eastern Dukes will come from behind and take this game by a score of 4-3. 2 goals from Sam Dunn, the difference maker. As the Thunder could not close it out. Callum DeWolf, an excellent effort, 40 saves in a losing effort, but the Dukes move back into first place in the Nova Scotia Under-16 AAA Hockey League with this win, as they'll head back home for a Monday matinee against their cross-island rival, the Western Rebels. For Fundy, it's a tough weekend, dropping both, but they're back to the drawing board, back here next weekend for a pair of home games. Thanks for tuning in here on High Button Sports. My name's been Noah Poirier. Thanks for following along. Check out all the NS Under-16 action here on High Button Sports. Final score here from the Colchester League.